This week kicks off live comedy, semi-scripted, at a great venue that I'm very excited to add to our calendar here in Park City at Riff's. Larry Hart, fantastic guy. We got to get him on the show. And in any case, we are going to have a chat with professionally funny people now. It is my pleasure to meet and to welcome Stacy Dymalski and Antonio Banderas.
Hey, I want his paycheck. And by the way, we are
I want his looks.
Right, yeah.
I would take them too. I know, I hate this guy.
He shows up and
we'd be hanging out in a totally different context if I was Antonio Barrett and whatever his name is.
Antonio Banderas.
But collectively, we do have a name. We're like a band.
I like this.
Except, with probably less talent. But we call ourselves
Speak for yourself.
Dueling Cheese. And we will be coming to Riff's Acoustic Music, which will be Riff's Acoustic Comedy, for every other Thursday starting on the 10th, and bringing our silliness that we started on the radio. That way we can just lob stuff to the wall and see what sticks.
See what sticks.
The best part about it is I come from a stand-up comedy background, and you hone the same routine over and over. This is going to be different every time. So the same people can come every time, and it's going to be a completely different show.
That's hot. Mm-hmm. Stacy, for folks who may not know you, which there may not be very many of those.
One or two.
I know.
The mayor knows her.
You've been around
Yes.
for a long time, and I'm
long.
still the newbie. I'm still the newbie, and I wear that crown proudly because I love this town so much. But tell folks about that background of yours, not just in stand-up, which to me is the hardest job in the world, and brain surgery included. Getting in front of a group of people live, telling jokes, and having them actually laugh and enjoy themselves.
Once
to
in
me
a while, yeah.
I'm a #1 fan of that milieu. But talk about television and film and all of that stuff that has brought you to this point where you're together with Mr. Oros.
With Mr. Banderas.
Clown Patrol.
Yeah, well, I'm slumming it now. Yeah.
That's it. My coattails.
No, slumming it. I just want to coast. I do come from a television writing background. I went to graduate school at UCLA Film School, which he loves to make fun of all the time, but it has served me well.
And I think that's totally awesome. I don't know why he would make fun of you. That's
no student loans. No student loans.
And from there, I went and worked in television. I wrote for television, and I did write for feature films. And the one film that I'm probably most known for is called Jupiter Landing, which I co-wrote and directed. And all during this time I did stand-up comedy. But when I first came out of undergraduate school, I had a degree in engineering, and I worked for McDonnell Douglas, and I was literally a rocket scientist. I was. And at night I would go to the Comedy Store on Sunset and do comedy and come back and then build, design
And
airplanes.
I would imagine that would be such an interesting precipice upon which to sit, where people in the rocket science room are like, dude, what, you're funny? What, I don't understand funny. And then the stand-up comedians are like, seriously? You're like slide ruling?
It was a dichotomy that was very...
HP quadratic formulas and stuff.
Yes, Fortran and all
Fortran,
yes,
oh my
Fortran.
God.
She tried to be funny around the brass. I think that was probably when she got fired.
No, I left.
Oh.
I left to go do stand-up comedy. And luckily I was raised by many hippies who married and divorced several times, and they supported that. So I only lasted a couple of years after graduating in the whole engineering science world. But I have to tell you, every time I get on a McDonnell Douglas MD-80 plane, I kind of do, because I know what was going on. There were some days I came in there a little cloudy, because you had to be there by 8 in the morning. And it was in Long Beach, and I was driving down from Sunset in Hollywood in the middle of the night, just in time to get there to be at my little cubicle.
And that's a long drive. Even at 6 a.m., that's a long drive.
Well, and they'd always want to go out for breakfast afterward, because your last set is done about 2.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to party at Denny's with the other comedians.
Well,
and then get up,
talk shop,
and then get up, go to McDonnell Douglas and make bombs and kill people. Nice life.
No.
I was
working on the MD-80.
I don't approve.
And the C-17. I did nothing In fact, you were on a C-17.
I've been on C-17s.
See, I designed the wing flaps.
Dropping bombs on people.
No,
I
it's a
wasn't.
cargo.
I wasn't.
It's a cargo plane. See, he
You were
doesn't
bringing
know.
joy
I was bringing
to the
joy-
men and women in
I was
uniform
bringing joy.
all
I
over
was
the
dropping
world.
bombs, but that's only when they had tacos
When
at
he
the
opened it,
cafeteria.
no, he was dropping bombs when he opened his mouth. But that's,
Right.
that's
Right.
All of
another
the
story.
above. So how did the two of you get together and make beautiful riffology together?
Let's see. Oh, I picked her brain because I knew a couple years ago that she had self-published a book, and I wanted to self-publish a book, and I picked her brain on the logistics, and now it's available at Atticus
It actually
and
came
on
out.
Amazon.com.
Listen.
And she forgot to bring hers, so now I'm teaching her to properly do promo.
This-
Maybe bring a book if you want to sell
This
books.
is
I
marketing.
was busy icing my
Marketing
hamstring.
101. So I picked her brain on how to do the self-publishing thing, and then we ended up a couple lunches, couple coffees, and then started realizing she's a funny chick.
Hello.
I know.
She almost knows what she's doing. She can hop on my TO bandwagon.
Wow.
Oh, no, it was the other way
wow.
around. I finally found somebody who could keep up with me. So,
That's only because I'm heavily sedated most of the time we hang out. Like today, for instance, which part of the things that we're going to do for the Riffs radio hour is going to be entailing field trips. Like like last week, we went down to Fear Factory, one of the haunted houses down in Salt Lake.
It looks terrifying from the outside.
well, it is, and I love that kind of stuff. I love haunted houses. I love horror movies. I love slasher movies. Him, not so much.
Not so much, but it was fun to go down there. So we did a little research. So she already blogged about it. Nonsense to Mom Sense is her blog site. And she already blogged about the Fear Factory. But then today, interestingly, we decided, for last minute thing
Yeah.
before Terry's show and before the first Riff show, let's go bowling. But let's not do the Park City bowling. Let's go out.
No
and-
Jupiter Bowl.
No Jupiter Bowl.
Let's go out to Heber
We're
and
gonna-
bowl with the salt of the earth.
Cred.
We're gonna
Cred
go
bowling.
and bowl with the pro guys that are like, yeah.
Where
every time.
bowling lives.
Yes.
Heber City, Utah.
It's like
Bowling
serious
lives.
guys that walk in with their own shoes. Well, somebody did walk in with their own shoes and apparently didn't apply the chalk or whatever you do to make them sticky. So she shot exactly
One
frame, did the splits like Nancy Kerrigan with a lead pipe to the kneecap.
Which I haven't done the splits in about 15
and
years.
went down, baby, down, and I
I'm
filmed
injured.
the whole thing. She went down like Klutz McGee. It was great.
I
And
did.
I've got it all on film, and that's probably going to be part of our future promo. Is anytime she gets too
It'll be in
full
a
of herself,
documentary.
It's
Oh, come on.
ball,
Just remember,
ball. And it wasn't even like you picked up a spare or anything. If you could have done something cool athletically
I
at
hit
the same
4 pins.
time.
I thought for sure that this story was going to come with a strike.
No.
Or
Well-
maybe 3 bounces off the barriers.
There's a little known fact now that I have learned about Tony Oros. He is an expert bowling. He was
Advisor?
no strike after
Oh, no.
strike after
Oh,
strike.
wow.
Well, after her first
Well, he's from
shot,
Chicago, west suburbs.
nothing to do.
Hello?
Nothing to do. You go to a factory, you get old, you die, and you go bowling.
And
in
you bowl a
between.
He
lot.
was not raised by hippies, by the way.
Smoke Marlboros.
Right?
Drink Styles.
Old styles, my friend.
All right, you
That's
guys, listen, I got to do weather because it's going to be a weather-filled week. Please come back.
Okay.
Because I'm only sticking a pin in this for now. I'm very excited that you guys are doing this gig. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks to Larry Hart. Tell folks where to get tickets, all that stuff.
Call Riffs Acoustic Music. You can also find the Dueling Cheese Facebook page.
Fan page.
Fan page.
Yes.
Exactly. So you can find us on there. And yeah,
Thursday night,
this
Yes.
Thursday,
7.
Doors open at 7. Show is at 8.
All right.
Riffs Acoustic Music on Iron Horse right across from Windy Ridge. Be there or be somewhere else.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks for
Please
having us.
continue being funny.
We'll do our best.
We need that here, and it's great to see you.
Thanks
See
for
you, Terry.
See you
joining
guys
us.
soon.